can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm starting early. That's possibly irresponsible of me, or is it the most responsible I've ever been on the live stream? I'm here 10 minutes early because I didn't know how the internet was going to work. I'm always nervous to talk about these things, but I did hire somebody. I had I had internet technicians come and help me optimize my computer, allegedly, as well as the fact that I had purchased a new Ethernet cable, and I have shut down every single other device that uses my internet. The Nintendo Switch that I'm playing on is in airplane mode, because I was also told it's possible that the Nintendo Switch is blocking your upload speed when it's connected to the Wi-Fi. I don't know. But like I said, I was potentially thinking about getting a new computer, but I have to exhaust every single possibility besides getting a new computer, because the worst thing in the world is if I go and spend $1,000 on a new computer and have the exact same issues. So we have to keep seeing what else can happen. Obviously, the thing I need the most is a motherfucking fiber optic connection. But I don't have fiber optic services where I live, so we're just stuck until we figure it out. Anyways, I am back from California. I was gone for a hot minute. I went to the land of LA, where all the hot people are. The models, the influencers, the whole shebang. And now we're back to do the finale, the final trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm gonna get it started. It looks like it restarted too. I did the resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. We did have a little bit of trouble the last time we tried this, but it looks like it's all gonna come together again. It's November 3rd, 9:14 a.m. at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. So anyways, I was in LA. It was a lovely... I actually only spent one day in the city. I saw the Hollywood sign. I did one of those bus tours. But the other 2 days, I was there for a friend's birthday, and we were riding coasters. We went to Magic Mountain, Six Flags Magic Mountain for one full day. And then we went to Knott's Berry Farm for one whole day. And at Knott's Berry Farm, I got recognized. I'm walking through this amusement park with my friend, all dedicated to the boysenberry, by the way, fun fact. Knott's Berry Farm, very underrated park, or maybe it's overrated. I've never heard of it, but it was very cool. And I get grabbed on my shoulder, I get spun around, and this boy, this man, who's at the park, he knows me by name. He's like, "You're that dude. I like your content." And listen, I do not get recognized very often because I'm not particularly popular. And if I do get recognized when I'm out in a public space, it's usually because I'm at gay pride or a gay bar or some place where I'm surrounded by gay people where there's a marginally increased chance of running into a gay person who recognizes me for my homosexuality. So to get recognized in Knott's Berry Farm, of all places, was so random. I think that was just fantastic. It made my day. I love having my ego stroked. The rule of thumb is if you see me out in public, so long as you can use your common sense, if you see me and I'm with my mother or my grandmother or some other delicate woman, yeah, it's not really an appropriate situation to come up to me and be like, "Yo, dude, I watch your porn." Like, okay, maybe don't do that. But literally everything else is fair game. If you see me by myself or you see me with friends that are like my own age, they already know. All right, there's no secrets here. Hell, even my family knows because of my ex-stalker. So it's more so just like tacky and tasteless. But I trust that you guys all can use your common sense judgment in that. The point is, when I get approached, it strokes my ego, and it makes me feel powerful. So you're more than welcome to do that for me. Okay, let's get started though. I do have to make up for some lost time, so Anyways, it is November 3rd, 9/14, the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber, final chapter of this incredibly long saga. Will it all come together? I don't know. Alright, I was dicking around in Hollywood. I don't really remember what I was doing in my job, but hopefully I'll figure it out. So, the time's finally come. Today, we unravel everything. Oh, hi. I'll be counting on your support more than ever today, Miss Susato. Don't forget to bring your little black book that has all of the details of everything the man could ever know. It's blue, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, sorry. Is everything okay, Susato? Oh! Ah! Oh, Jesus! Okay, well, girl, that was a bit much, don't you think? Oh, no! What's the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? I think it's my spleen and my spine. I was just saying that I'm gonna rely on your support today. But yeah, no, flip me, it's all good. Just demonstrate how much better you are. I'm so sorry, of course. I know I can be rather incompetent at times, but I shan't let you down. Shan't she? Alright, well then would you mind helping me to my feet? I'm trying to look like a man here. Oh dear, I'm really very sorry. I tried to look like a man once. Yeah, I know. Susato-san isn't her usual self at all. But that's hardly surprising, I suppose. She just found out that her father is the partner of a world-famous detective. And not to mention... Oh! Good morning, sir! Huh? No, it's Dad! Hi, my boy, my client. I'm gonna maintain some professionalism here. Lord Von Zeeks! Is today the day that I get him declared not guilty? Thank you for all of your efforts yesterday. Oh! You're welcome. What? Oh, it's just... your jawline looks rigidly sharp today, is all. I mean, I hope that we can clear things up today, is what I'm trying to say. I really can't make this man out. His face says I hate you, but his words are almost jovial. In fact, he hasn't been very Reaper-like at all since this all began yesterday. Lord Von Zeeks isn't the Reaper, Mr. Naruhodo. Stop reading my mind! But also, good point. The Reaper. I suppose in hindsight, I shouldn't have allowed that misconception to go unchallenged. Huh? It was my tacit acceptance of that pseudonym. Oh, I already looked up this word, and I already forgot what it means. Well, no, I remember what it means. I forgot how to pronounce it. It's because my brain's been rotted. Fuck. My failure to stop the Reaper becoming something more than a mere legend. That is what led to all of this. But you're not to blame for all of that, Lord Von Zeeks. Yeah, not all of it. It's only because serious crime in the capital dropped off so sharply when the public started calling you that. That's why you didn't say anything, right? To be frank, I'm not sure that was the sole reason. Well, what other reason is there? What do you mean, my guy? There was a rumor at the time that the Reaper was really the ghost of my late brother. Clint! That having been slain by that evil killer, Clint's restless spirit returned as some sort of demigod. To wield a deadly blade of justice where I, by dint of the law, could not. Yeah, I guess we've heard that story too, actually. When I lost him, I felt as though I'd lost my guiding light. I didn't know where to go or what to do. Oh my god, he's a family man. And so, in some small way, I wonder if perhaps those rumors made me feel his absence a little less keenly. Yeah, that's something you probably should have worked out in therapy. But it's okay, we're here now. I can therapize you. Even if I knew it was just an illusion, just some nonsense conjured up by an over-imaginative public. He was obviously extremely important to you. Lord Clint Von Zeeks. Well, what's important now is uncovering the truth. That's all that matters. I know that you didn't take anyone's life. And I intend to prove that beyond a shadow of a doubt in court today. I never thought I'd say this, but I can see it in your eyes. That burning desire to cut through all the lies and deception. Yeah, me and Susato-san, we are not really fans of bullshit, actually. Also, side note, was there supposed to be a rapture? Listen, I took a break from the internet for a couple of days. It was one of the most healing things of my life. But upon my return to the internet, I have been seeing everybody on social media go like, I wasn't raptured, or I survived the rapture, or I didn't get into heaven. So I just want to know, did I miss something where we collectively all decided that a rapture was supposed to be happening this past weekend? I wasn't aware. Maybe it's also because I'm not particularly religious. But regardless. Sorry. I'm gonna focus like a laser on this case. I can't deny it any longer. You are a lawyer of absolute integrity. Did you guys hear that? He thinks I'm a lawyer of absolute integrity. I've earned some respect and dignity. All right, well, I'm gonna go get my cheeks clapped. Also, oh, my hellos, Johnny Petriello, John Brown, Rainbow Matrix, and Kuran says, hello, am I late? No, I came early. I really wanted to keep you guys on your toes after I took like a whole week off. Thank you. Now tell me, why do I detect the scent of expensive tea leaves in the air? Oh, that's my little child Iris. I bring her to all of my murder cases. Iris! When did you get here?
Oh! I brought you one of my special blends! Hurley loves it. He says it helps him to clear his head.
I thank you.
Oh! He's so handsome.
That's surely the first and last time I'll ever see a sight like this. You seem a little different today, Iris.
Oh?
Sort of, subdued, I suppose. Have you gotten into the liquor cabinet?
I am not!
What happened yesterday is obviously still playing on her mind a lot. She's clearly very troubled about having stolen that autopsy report from Dr. Scythe's laboratory.
Alright then, good luck to both of you guys. I'm just gonna take my gun and move along now like a true American. Oh, you're not gonna stay?
I thought you'd want to watch today's proceedings.
Well, I'd really like to cheer you on, obviously, for sure, 100%. But I've got lots to get ready.
Ready? Ready for what?
Oh yeah, would you take this?
Isn't that one of those little felt dolls that's usually dangling from your knapsack?
Uh-huh, it's a luck charm. A little Hurley that I made once.
A Hurley? Looks more like a Hairley to me. It's a real knee slapper.
If for some reason you completely run out of options in the trial today, just pull out this little Hurley's ears as hard as you possibly can.
Alright, what? Girl, are you giving me a bomb, or is this some type of secret weapon? It's her trump card. What? Pull his ears.
That's right! It's a way to bring good luck. I think you might need it.
Great, thanks. Alright, is it actually just for luck, or is there a secret in this? I don't know.
You think we'll need luck? I just need to peek inside of the courtroom. And it seemed very different to normal.
Yes, it would seem that a certain someone has decided to pull out all the stops. I don't know what that means. I really need us to start having more explicit conversations with each other.
What about Mr. Sholmes, Iris? I, don't know. He was out all night and he hadn't come home by the time I left this morning. Oh, I see.
Was Professor Mitochondria out all night too, do you think, Susato-san?
Yes, it would seem so. I telegrammed the hotel this morning. And apparently, they didn't come back to their rooms last night at all.
They?
Father and Judge Jigoku, I mean.
Judge Jigoku too?
That's right. Nobody appears to have seen either of them since yesterday.
Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court is about to be in session. Please make your way inside the courtroom at once.
Good luck in there, Runo!
Yeah, thanks, Iris.
And you, Mr. Reaper, I hope it goes well.
He's not the Reaper! Once again, I thank you for the delicious tea. It was very soothing.
Oh, I'm so glad! We must go inside now, Lord Von Seeks.
Don't worry, your ass is in my hands, and I can handle a load like that. Lord Von Seeks has always been the formidable prosecutor I've had to lock horns with in court. Yeah, I certainly have. But not today. Today I battle with another in pursuit of the truth. Macadamia Nut, hello, as well as Changeling DJ. My boyfriend, Kazuma Asogi, who I trust more than anyone else in the entire world, because he's my boyfriend. Now I understand what it was that drew me here to Britain all those months ago. Now I know exactly what destiny had in store for me. It's all been leading up to this one day, to this one trial, to this one final reckoning. Oh, boys, are we pumped? I'm getting excited. Although, what in the world is going to happen in this trial? What am I even trying to figure out anymore? Oh, right. Who murdered Detective Gregson? That's the one. November 3rd, 9:30 a.m. at the Old Bailey courtroom. God, look at his posture. Look at all of our postures. God, it makes me want to stand up straight. It feels even more oppressive in here than it did yesterday. There's cold stares piercing me like knives from all sides.
Oh! Mr. Naruhodo, look!
Hey! You're not my judge! God damn it, I used the wrong thumbnail! I always have my British judge. Lord Strongheart? He must be the he that they were talking about when they said he's in the courtroom and they're pulling out all of the stops! Oh, wow, it's almost like I'm paying attention. Kazuma? Kazuma must have known this beforehand.
The ramifications of this trial now extend far beyond the murder of one Scotland Yard inspector. In fact, events have come to light that threaten to rock the very foundation of our country's legal system. The escape of a condemned criminal on the night of his execution, the subsequent unlawful shooting of the man, and the revelation that prison staff must have been complicit in the jailbreak. Britain is currently hosting influential members of the judiciary from countries all around the world. It is imperative that we uncover the truth in these proceedings to avoid international embarrassment. By royal decree, this will continue to be a closed trial, and one over which I, Mel Strongheart, exercise total and unequivocal authority.
I mean, if it means I don't have to deal with jurors, honestly, bring it on. I'm okay with this. The 6 jurors' flames just...
As was the case in yesterday's proceedings, those here present in the public gallery are distinguished members of our judiciary, assembled to bear witness to a fair judicial process. In other words, a collection of your acolytes, Lord Strongheart. On a personal note, I find this most distressing, Lord Von Seeks. Oh? You were a prosecutor of exceptional talent. Much like your brother Clint, in fact.
Yeah, they even looked the same.
Oh my god! You know, for a unicorn, that really comes across very powerfully. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. For the trial of Barak von Zeeks, who officially stands accused of murder.
Don't worry, I've got this. I'm a respectable lawyer, your Nipponese friend.
Counsels for the prosecution and defense. Are you in full readiness to proceed?
The defense is ready, my lord. Dad, ship, as is the prosecution.
yesterday's proceedings brought to light a shocking and disturbing fact. There was a side to the victim, Inspector Tobias Gregson, that was unknown to his superiors at Scotland Yard.
Yes, he was carrying out operations in secret, which Scotland Yard knew nothing about.
And in those clandestine operations, he had an accomplice.
Mr. Daily Vigil, who would be given the inspector's identification and present himself around the capital in order to establish credible alibis for Gregson. In that way, Gregson appeared to be carrying out his regular Scotland Yard work when in fact he wasn't.
At the end of yesterday's session, Mr. Vigil, who had been suffering from amnesia, regained his memory. It would appear he buried his memories of the time deep inside himself as a means of self-preservation. Because whilst he was engaged as chief warder at Barclay Prison, he abetted the convict's escape.
Mr. Vigil is currently recuperating at St. Sinner's. He's recovered enough to give a signed statement about his movements on the day prior to the incident. He's formally admitted to posing as Gregson whilst investigating the Red-Headed League.
Which brings us to the crucial issue of the victim's time of death. The defense yesterday proposed a suggestion that the victim may have been killed 1 day earlier. This was based largely on the discovery of that victim's pocket watch, which had not been wound.
The prosecution has something to report on that subject, my lord.
Really? Go ahead, Prosecutor Asogi.
I met once again with the coroner yesterday to discuss the issue. She confirmed that the defense's suggestion could not be ruled out. Ha! That's great! It's entirely possible that Inspector Gregson was killed on October 31st, the day before his body was discovered. Halloween. I have here an updated autopsy report that includes the amended details.
But the official opinion of the investigation team was made clear yesterday. That the time of death was 5 p.m. on November 1st.
There are indications of attempts to disguise the real time of death, however. It seems that the natural decaying process of the victim's body may have been slowed by keeping it chilled.
That's out of the question. There are no refrigeration devices in that part of London large enough to accommodate a human corpse.
My lord, this is more than just conjecture. There's evidence to support the idea. We have to investigate it thoroughly.
Very well. The court will accept the new report as evidence. However, if this updated report is deemed to be accurate, it would give renewed significance to the movements of the victim on the day before the Fresno Street incident.
It would, yes, especially since on that day, Inspector Gregson was using Mr. Vigil to cover up his real movements. It's conceivable that he was killed in the course of his secret activities.
Do I sense that the prosecution has some information regarding those activities?
Scotland Yard put an enormous effort into investigating that precise matter yesterday. What? I think we should begin by presenting the results of that investigation work. So the prosecution calls its first witness now. Who's that? God damn it! Fuck, I knew it was gonna be Gina! Oh my god. State your name and occupation for the court.
Inspector Gina Lestrade reporting! Representative of Scotland Yard!
More like homeless bum who peddles the streets.
Mr. Naruhodo!
Sorry, Gina. A self-conferred rank, but never mind. Gina? Again? Look, even Naruhodo doesn't want to deal with her bullshit.
What's your problem, Otto? What's with that Gina again look, eh?
It's nothing personal, except for the fact that I hate every fiber of your existence.
The boss meant the world to me. He done more for me than anyone else ever did.
Oh, Inspector Gregson, you mean?
He got me out of the back slums of East End and took me under his wing. Taught me that life can have purpose. So that's why I'm the best person to be standing here speaking for him. Oh, Gina.
Oh, Gina. Right. All out of the goodness of Gregson's heart. Not at all that he had his arm twisted by Mr. Sholmes. What's relevant to the proceedings is that the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations yesterday has revealed that the victim was carrying out some sort of assignment the police knew nothing about.
Very troubling.
That face. Lord Strongheart, he knew. Oh, Jesus. So, Inspector Lestrade, let's hear exactly what it says in the report.
Coming right up, sir.
All right, Gina. Give me something to work with, girl. And the victim's movements.
All yard detectives are supposed to follow orders and investigate what they're told. But a little search of the boss's office turned up a notebook that had a load of secret meetings in it. According to that, the boss was looking into some smuggled good dealings that day.
Oh no, don't tell me it was a Borginian egg.
Looks like it was a big job and all, but the coppers weren't onto it yet. What matters most is there's witnesses which saw the Reaper and at the place too.
Okay, Gina. Fuck. Smuggled goods.
I don't know, do I? I'm just telling you what was written in the book.
Tobacco, tea, spices, medicines, goods of all sorts flow into London by illegal channels from across the globe. It's well known that they're disposed of at regular black markets that take place in the capital. But the police are rarely able to locate them in time. So, Inspector Gregson was investigating one of those black markets? It's been suggested that high-ranking government officials may be involved in black market activity. No doubt Gregson was trying to avoid details of his investigations being leaked to the involved parties. That would explain why he was operating on his own authority, without the Yard's knowledge. And do we know where the dealings were taking place this time? In a particular room of certain exclusive London gentlemen's club. And on the day in question, the accused is known to have been there. That's the conclusion of Scotland Yard's investigation into the matter. But that can't be! We haven't heard anything about this! Members of the club have testified to it. There's no question. The accused, Barak von Zieks, was present. That would be very significant testimony, then.
Oh my god. But, Lord von Zieks has made no mention of a gentleman's club. At all!
In short, Lord von Zieks had ample opportunity to murder the victim. Ooh, that is intimidating. Very well, then. Counsel for the defense. You may begin your cross-examination. Yeah, right. I can do that. Cross-examination. Let's fuck up Gina. The victim's movements. I guess we're gonna press everything. All Yard detectives are supposed to follow orders and investigate what they're told. But a little search of the boss's office turned up a notebook that had loads of secret meetings. Can I hear more about this? So, you went through Inspector Gregson's things?
Yup! As part of the old independent Lestrade investigation.
Right. I'm sure your superiors would be delighted that you're taking the initiative.
So I snuck into his office when no one else was about. Because if anyone at the Yard had seen me going in there, they'd have turfed me straight out on the street.
This is sounding less and less like an investigation and more like classic Gina being Gina. The prosecution understands that it was this very detective who discovered the notebook.
You got that right. Nothing gets past Inspector Lestrade and her trusty assistant, Chief Inspector Toby. We found it hidden in one of his desk drawers that had a false bottom.
Wow, that's actually kind of impressive of you, Gina.
So then I went to hide myself where no one could find me, so I have a butcher's out of water that was written on it. Because if anyone at the Yard found out, they'd have me turned straight onto the street.
I can never understand half of the words that this woman is saying. God damn it, Jesus fucking Christ. Enunciate, girl! Enunciate!
I've given it in now, though, ain't I? And if it weren't for me, there would have never been found.
Great. Boss was looking into some smuggled goods. Can you be more specific? Like, which of the goods are we talking about? Do you have any idea about where those dealings were taking place? I guess, or that.
Oh, yeah. It was all there in the boss's notes. Let's see if I can remember.
As I already had said, the illegal dealings were due to take place at a gentleman's club. Yeah, I do remember. But I was hoping to find out the name of the club, and what exactly a gentleman's club is. Are we talking about, like, a brothel? That won't be necessary.
What?
It's conceivable that the club might be used again by the smugglers in the future. Therefore, the prosecution has been asked not to reveal the name in these proceedings.
I don't know what all the fuss is about. It's right here. All I've got to do is read it out. And I could, too. I've got this reading game buttoned up now, being literate and all. Can't I show you what I can do? Go on, what's the harm?
The judge hasn't signaled his objection yet. I could try to find out. What should I do? Yeah, insist. This is a closed court. The proceedings are confidential. There shouldn't be any possibility of the information being leaked.
As I explained, there is some possibility of politicians being involved in this affair. The prosecution is rightfully exercising caution, I imagine.
No, my lord. The prosecution has no objection.
Ah, my boyfriend. Thank you, Kazuma.
Kazuma? There's no question that Inspector Gregson was looking into these black market dealings. However, it's not yet been established that he was on that particular trail on the day in question. If the defense requires to know the club's name, the prosecution has no intention of being obstructive. Oh my god, why can't they all be like you? Listen, could you give a couple of words of advice to my future boyfriend, Miles Edgeworth?
Right then. I get to show off my reading skills.
Great. Maxwell, hello! We are so back! I had a fantastic trip. I actually loved LA a lot. I do have to go back on a solo trip, though, because I do have to have a little bit more of a slutty adventure.
Apparently the smuggled goods deal was gonna happen at a gentleman's club called the Grouse.
The Grouse? The Grouse? The Grouse? What sort of a club is that?
I ain't got the foggiest. Clubs ain't exactly my thing. And I'm a woman, but I am kind of curious.
They're not places where foreign students like you would be readily admitted. You know, you and I are the same.
I'll tell you what, me and Chief Inspector Toby could go in undercover.
Oh, could you?
I could pick out a few good marks and see what else I could find out while I was in there.
I really don't think you should go picking out anything, if I'm being totally honest. Anyway, that's where these black market dealings were going to take place. Is that right?
Oh yeah, it's gotta be. That's what the lower ranking detectives of the yard reckon.
Says the even lower ranking detective. Alright, we're getting nowhere. But, like, was that supposed to... This is new information. Let me look over... Is there something supposed to be... Is there... Let me get a glass of water. My throat's getting parched. Is there something relevant about the grouse? Quite frankly, I feel like I've never heard that name. But I've also been read to filth before for not paying enough attention to my own evidence and investigations. And it is Lord Von Zeeks that I'm trying to save here, so I better dot my T's and shut my eyes. Oh, Iris told me to pull the ears. Can I do that right now, or am I supposed to wait?
What a charming little rabbity version of Mr. Sholmes. Do you suppose this is how Iris sees him? Are you all right, Mr. Naruhodo? Your eyes are veritably boring into the poor doll's ears.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering. What do you suppose would happen if I were to tug its ears with all my might right now?
I'm sure that we'll find out when the time is right. To become a proper gentleman, you must learn some patience.
Okay, well, duly noted. Not supposed to do that yet. You might want to examine everything, George. Yeah, sure. The Red-Headed League, the Red-Headed League. The photograph of Mr. Vigil. Letter of introduction. Blackbird line. Okay. Dismissal notice, the framed photograph, the gun, the hairpiece, the police figurine, the candle, the Gregson photograph. Okay. The autopsy reports, the crime scene floor plan, the notice board, the firecrackers, the photograph of the victim, the pocket watch, the inspector's ID. Okay. The commemorative photograph. The Asogi papers. Commemorative photograph. Okay, the Asogi papers. Gregson's trunk. I'm just doing a quick once-over of everything because it's been a minute. Girl, you need to press A on some 3D. Okay, fine. Goddamn shit. Okay. Fine, yeah. Alright, I'll start looking. Professor Mitochondria has wonderful handwriting, doesn't he? This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy. Is it just me, or does that make me sound extremely untrustworthy? I need another drink. I'm really not sure that would help. Alright, and I'll read the other side. I'll be a good boy.
Oh! It looks like this is some sort of steamship ticket. The SS Grouse.
Oh! There it is.
First class cabin 001.
James Bond?
Yokohama departure, September 11th, not 9/11! Oh my god, what is happening? London arrival, November 1st.
That's the boat that Professor Mitochondria and Judge Jigoku came on from Japan, isn't it?
Yes, I think it called at Dunkirk, on the north coast of France, for a night before finally arriving in Dover.
To think it's been almost a year since we arrived in Dover on the SS Buria. It seems a shame not to keep your ticket as a memento of your trip, don't you think?
Yes, I agree. I have mine safely in my diary.
And I keep mine in my wallet, so I have it with me at all times. Oh, well, how strange. Where could it have gone?
Are you like this on purpose, Mr. Naruhodo?
Did I imagine it? Or was that a comment accompanied by a little sigh? Okay, the SS Grouse. So it's a ship. Alright, well, fuck it. Let's throw it at her.
Objection!
Excuse me! That's not a gentleman's club. I've read about these clubs that exist here in Britain. As I understand it, they're places where well-to-do gentlemen socialize with friends and colleagues. And have gay sex. Don't imagine for a second that a foreign student like you would be admitted. Alright, dude. Chill! We're both minorities here. Do we know for sure that the contraband dealings were definitely happening at a club called The Grouse? The police are currently looking for evidence, but they haven't found anything definitive yet. And, I'm sorry to say this, but they probably won't. What do you mean by that? I mean that the place Inspector Gregson was secretly going to visit on October 31st might not have been a gentleman's club at all. You're showing a very irreverent attitude towards our country's police force there, Counsel. If it wasn't a gentleman's club, then what was it? A steamship! You think it's a ship? I have the evidence to prove it. Right here! Let me see that! This dark-suited young man is not in the least bit untrustworthy. Oh, the other side, actually. Well, be more specific next time. Huh. Ah, this would appear to be a ticket for passage upon a steamship. Yes. The SS Grouse. Does that ring a bell? So there's a steamship named the Grouse that happens to share the name with the club. But I'm afraid to say, there's a flaw in your logic there. How? Look at the ticket. Notice the date of arrival in port? The ship arrived at the port of Dover on November 1st. The day on which the sound like a gunshot was heard on Fresno Street. In other words, on the day in question here, October 31st, when the victim was on his clandestine mission, clandestine mission, fuck off. The ship hadn't yet docked on the British shores. That would certainly make an undercover investigation somewhat challenging.
Objection!
The fact that the steamship hadn't yet reached Britain substantiates the defense's assertion that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on the day in question. Then show your evidence for that assertion.
they will! Susato-san, show me the evidence.
Mr. Naruhodo!
In that case, counsel for the defense, present your evidence to the court now. Susato-san! Evidence that substantiates your claim that the victim was investigating the SS Grouse on October 31st. Right. Right. Yes. For sure. I got that. Let me look at this again.
There's details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here.
This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look.
Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here.
Hey, it's the same Redheaded League advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out.
And do you remember? There was a red hairpiece at the scene too.
That was not particularly helpful, but thanks. Alright, and then the bloody handprint. Evidence that he was investigating the S substantiates my claim. Was this again? Don't worry, give me one moment. Let me look at his identification. Scotland Yard insignia looks genuine, and the department identification numbers are all correct. There's no doubt this is Inspector Gregson's ID. You're right, that was relevant in the past, not so much so now. The commemorative photo, the last will and testament, Gregson's trunk? What was in here again? I forget. Let's take a look inside. Yeah, open it up. Okay, Jesus Christ. Look inside. So there's something inside. Let's see. It appears to be a passport authorizing him to travel overseas. Was Inspector Gregson about to go on a trip abroad then? Maybe the date of departure will tell us something. That was... What is it? For travel on October 31st, just one day before the incident. Really? Gregson went to France the day before his body was discovered. There it is. What's this? It's proven by this evidence right here. You didn't say that super confidently. I don't like that. Uh-oh. He doesn't seem like he cares. Yes. This evidence proves it. I think. Wait, what? He went to France, you see? And so... Those three equally nonsensical statements wasted 15 seconds of the court's time. God, son of a fuck! There's multiple things you can look at inside the trunk. God, I hate that.
I think you need to present a more appropriate piece of evidence before you present that evidence.
Thank you, Susato-san. That's what I've learned is the pattern with Ace Attorney. All right, fine. No, wait, what? What's happening? Oh, okay. I thought I got 2 penalties. Jesus, I'm stressing. Okay. Now we got to do this again. Okay, open the chest. Let's have a look inside. Okay, we looked at that. So now let's look at... Well, let's look at... There's got to be something else, right? You said there was multiple things. Is it in the upper compartment? Is it somewhere else? What? 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 I can look at something else inside of here? That's the passport for travel on October 31st. Yep, we've been over that. All right. Guys, Oh, look at this. Look at this dark stain here. Do you think?
Yes, I'm afraid so. I think it's blood.
I knew you were gonna say that. So that presumably means
that this was present at the scene when Inspector Gregson was killed. It's the most logical conclusion.
To think Gina's been carrying this around with her and hasn't noticed this. If you didn't know any better, I suppose it looks like a grease stain from all the fish and chips. Okay. Is that everything?
No, of course not. I also gotta look at this. Okay. I can't find anything. No, the gash, Mr. Naruhodo. Have you seen this huge gash across the side of the trunk here? It's gone right through the leather and into the metal behind.
Gosh! For a metal chest like this to have been so badly damaged. Whatever made the gash must have struck the side of the trunk with considerable force.
Wonder how it happened. Is that everything? Can I... Am I now authorized to present the trunk? The passport is a separate piece of evidence. Oh! Oh, the passport is a... Stay calm. It's my fault for not noticing. But also, if it's in the trunk, why can I not present the trunk and say, there's a passport in this? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm at peace with it.
Take that!
Give him the passport. What's this? A passport for travel issued to the victim. Dated October 31st. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that just one day before the inspector's body was discovered, there's a distinct possibility that he wasn't even in the country. Order! This document is for passage to France. It does appear to have been officially authorized. The day before the SS Grouse arrived at Dover, it docked on the northern coast of France for a night.
According to my father, who was on board, at the port of Dunkirk.
Dunkirk, France. What could possibly have taken the victim there? I'm impressed, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I certainly didn't expect you to get your hands on that passport. What? What? You mean you knew about this? Kazuma? The prosecution's strategy for this trial has been laid down by the Crown Prosecution Office. On the day before the incident, the victim was investigating contraband dealings at London's club. That's the outcome of Scotland Yard's investigations, and the line the prosecution has been asked to follow. But personally, I don't agree. I think the prosecution's office is trying to hide something. What? I don't know what's happening, Lord Strongheart. And now that you've expertly disproven their assertion, I intend to reveal what I believe that something to be. What are you playing at, Prosecutor Asogi? A courtroom is a forum for the truth, my lord. Which is why it's my duty to present all the facts, without exception. Let me guess. This was your intention from the outset, wasn't it? The reason Inspector Gregson secretly made his way to the steamship docked in France on the day in question was to carry out a mission for the Reaper. The Reaper? Oh, right, he was doing Reaper business. We did uncover... Okay, Jesus. Order in my court! What on earth are you saying, counsel? The prosecution made an assertion in court yesterday. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand. But in reality, the truth is the opposite of that. What? Huh? Inspector Gregson wasn't investigating the Reaper at all. He was, in fact, acting for the Reaper. So you're saying the mission that he was undertaking was, obviously, an assassination. An assassin! But who? Barrack von Zieks never carried out any of the actual killings. Whenever the Reaper's victims lost their lives, he always had a cast-iron alibi. Which tells us that he must have had an accomplice. And you claim that was Inspector Gregson?
you think you're saying, huh? My boss would never have done nothing like that.
And yet, when you consider all of the facts, it all makes perfect sense.
No, it can't be.
We also arrived at the same conclusion, hadn't we?
We had. I think we're ahead of the curve.
That Inspector Gregson was operating as the Reaper.
Even so, there's no way that the person giving him his orders was Lord Von Zieks. No, the true Reaper's gotta be someone else. Barrack Von Zieks is not the Reaper. The defense maintains this position. A predictable response from someone who's advocating for the man. And even if it's true that Gregson was operating as an agent of the Reaper, the suggestion that he went aboard the SS Grouse on an assassination mission doesn't follow at all. Oh? You have some solid reasoning for doubting the assertion, do you? I absolutely do. It's very simple. On the day in question, nobody was killed aboard the steamship. Professor Mitochondria and Judge Jigoku were on that very ship. We haven't seen Judge Jigoku in a hot minute, and I'm getting a little bit concerned, okay? I saw Professor Mitochondria yesterday in game time, I'm pretty sure. We talked to him. I don't have any memory of seeing Judge Jigoku. Judge Jigoku has been suspiciously not around for a little bit too long for me to be comfortable with. So I'm getting real fucking sketched out now that he might be assassinated. If someone had been assassinated, I'm certain that we would have heard about it. But that would only make sense if Professor Mitochondria knew about the assassination and didn't say anything. He would have to know. So maybe Judge Jigoku was actually fine. Or maybe Mr. Mitochondria is not so good of a guy. Or maybe, I don't know. Oh, my brain's running too far and I have no answers. I'm kind of stupid. What's so funny? You're right, of course. No suspicious deaths were reported aboard the ship. Okay, right. But I think perhaps you've missed the point. That's precisely why Inspector Gregson himself lost his life. Oh. Right. Inspector Gregson died, so he quite literally failed his mission to commit an assassination. Right. Okay, but I'm still a little bit sus that we haven't seen Judge Jigoku in a long time. What if we Uno reverse it? What if Judge Jigoku is the assassin who killed Gregson? I don't know, he's just a little bit like he's here, but he's also not here, and it's really driving me up a wall. What? Gregson did board the SS Grouse that night with the intention of dispatching his mark. But his mission ended in failure. Failure? It seems that the defense hasn't yet grasped a very important detail here. What are you talking about? What detail? Inspector Gina Lestrade.
What?
The victim's notebook that you read an excerpt from earlier. That doesn't contain details of secret investigations at all. It describes 10 years of assassination plots to be carried out by the Reaper of the Bailey.
You're lying! Even if all them bludgers got taken out and had it coming, the boss weren't the Reaper. Poor Gina.
Poor us! Susato-san. There's no question that Tobias Gregson was heavily involved in the Reaper's activities. You may just be an apprentice, but if you spent any time at Scotland Yard, you must have heard rumors.
I ain't heard nothing, and I don't believe a word of it.
Then testify again, as a representative of Scotland Yard. Consider it your chance to defend your boss.
I don't...
I concur. The witness will give a new formal testimony. Miss Lestrade, you will tell the court everything you know about Inspector Gregson's secret notebook.
Okay, this is fine.
Fuck. The Reaper's notebook.
Yeah, this notebook does have a load of stuff about what the Reaper got up to these past 10 years. Names of victims, dates and places and stuff. And the last entry in there was October 31st. It said grouse for the place on that date, and then the name of the mark. There was a note about him being a criminal who got away from the Reaper in court 10 years ago or something. But honest, the boss didn't do none of it. He was just investigating the Reaper, that's all.
My god, Gina. I'm almost a little bit sympathetic to her when she cries.
Keep personal opinion out of your testimony, witness. We require only established fact here.
Oh, okay, well, damn. This has got to be so hard for her. You can't deny it's now surely Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What can't I deny? The notebook contains the name of the final mark, and the location where the assassination would take place. That's information that the victim could only have known if he were working with the Reaper. Well, you see, therefore, I think, but
So, who was to be the final mark?
Go ahead, Inspector Lestrade. Read the name for the court. The name that's written alongside the entry that mentions the grouse on 31st of October.
How do you read this then?
Yeah, reading's never been her strong suit. She's actually pretty illiterate.
That ain't the problem, Otto! It's a funny name. It ain't English. It's hard to read.
Jigoku is not an English name. Wait, it's someone from overseas?
Let me have a bash at it. Sashiro, is it?
Sashiro Jigoku? Was that his name? Wait a second. Hold up. Yes! Oh, fuck! I think it's backwards. Okay, well, this is contingent upon two things. Okay. He might be the assassin. He might be the Reaper. But how? The Minister of Foreign Affairs and a judge of the Supreme Court of the Judicature in Japan. He's the man who acquitted me when I was the one accused of murder. How could he have been the Reaper being a judge? Well, okay, we're postulating that he's a victim. He got away with a crime 10 years ago? And that's why he would be assassinated? All right. Whether or not he's a victim or a perpetrator, I need to learn a lot more about this man.
Yeah, Sashiro. Jigoku, you maybe.
That can't be right. Sashiro Jigoku?
But that's Judge Jigoku.
Sashiro Jigoku. Certainly not an English name, you're right.
But that can't be right! I know Judge Jigoku, and I saw him the day before yesterday here in London. The day before yesterday, that's what I've been saying! He was suspiciously absent. Absent because he was on the boat! So I know for a fact that that man hasn't been assassinated. As I said, the Reaper failed. Oh. Well, that too. Gregson missed his chance to kill his mark and returned to British shores. But the Reaper wouldn't tolerate the mistake. So he killed the inspector personally. The Reaper, of course, being the accused, Barak von Zeeks. So... now I'm getting... So we're saying... So I got this right in my head. We are saying... my guy, Gregson, Tobias Gregson, left British shores to go commit an assassination, failed, came back to British shores after failing, and then got doinked and killed? No, that sounds like a lot of bullshit to me.
It's an undeniably logical argument.
I disagree. Kazuma, you planned for the trial to go this way all along, didn't you?
Hold it!
Oh, thank God. Barrack von Zeeks, bring some new logic to the party. Oh, or get drunk. I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, you're throwing a whole lot of ass and a whole lot of wine, and you're not the prosecutor anymore. You're the client, so I don't think you're allowed to do that anymore. Pray, forgive the discourtesy of filling my hallowed chalice whilst I stand accused of murder. Yeah, no, listen. I don't think that's allowed. Lord von Zeeks! The accused has no right to speak uninvited in court. You will return to the dock. I say nothing of whether or not I'm the Reaper. That's the task of the court to decide. But there is one thing I can say unequivocally. That girl is no detective.
What?
Well, we all know that.
Hey, that's right, I ain't no detective, I'm an inspector.
Repeating rumors heard around the yard. Reading entries from a notebook of unconfirmed origin. That's not testimony. It's practically a script. No doubt the rest of this trial will go exactly as you've clearly planned. Your hatred of me is understandable. In your mind, I'm sure I am the Reaper, who sent your father to the gallows all those years ago. But you're in danger of becoming a far more sinister Reaper yourself, by attempting to have me condemned with this feeble excuse for a testimony. What did you say?
Mr. Naruhodo, this is our chance.
My lord, the defense requests that the defendant be allowed to speak. He may be privy to important information relating to the testimony just given by the witness. Very well. I'll make an exception and grant the request. The defendant may remain in the witness stand for the cross-examination. My guy, be serious for a minute, please. Then allow me to toast the court's impartiality. Don't raise your glass in my direction. Counsel for the defense, begin the cross-examination immediately. I will. I'm gonna do a good job. At once, my lord. For sure. 100%. Ugh, oh my god, look at Cosmo's eyes. They're so beautiful. But we're going to do this tomorrow. I did start early, so we actually have, believe it or not, even though it's not 8 o'clock yet, we have actually passed our hour. Our hour that we get to spend together, you and I. So, I'm going to take a break and rest my throat, because I do think that I might have strained my vocal cords a little bit, because I'm a stupid fucking idiot. Hopefully they'll be good, though, for tomorrow. And I'll be back tomorrow, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, to continue this trial and see what I can do about my guy, Lord Von Zeeks. What is happening? I don't know. Who am I suspicious of? I don't know. But I want to know more about Judge Jigoku and what the deal is there. So I'm invested. I hope you guys are invested too. If you guys could please leave a like on the stream, the engagement is super helpful. Thank you for spending your evening with me, and I will see you boys tomorrow. All right then. Toodles!